सोहना Sasanguji Sat Sri Akal. I would like to welcome Forhad Hussain, who is the new Labour candidate for mayor. Forhad Hussain served as a local councillor for Plaistow North from 2010 2018. He rose to the position of cabinet member for commercial opportunities and then crime and antisocial behaviour in the Wales administration. He was also the chair of audit and pensions. During that time, he held key roles on Newham Council, including cabinet member for commercial opportunities and cabinet member for crime and antisocial behaviour. And he also chaired the council's audit committee. Now I would like to warmly welcome them to come onto the stage.
First of all, good evening, and thank you for inviting me this evening. That was good research, actually, so I don't have to say much about myself. I think the first thing is, let me just reintroduce myself. My name is Forhad Hussain. I used to be a councillor from 2010 to 2018 as a councillor in Plaistow North, that's right. I have grown up in Newham all my life. I went to local school, college, New Vic, worked in the borough, and like I said, I was in as a councillor. So this borough made me into the person who I am today. So I've got some good news, and it's just mentioned I was selected as the Labour Party mayoral candidate for the local elections coming up in May. Now, I'm here to tell you today that we want to, if I'm elected in May, I want to continue the decades and decades of delivery of our Labour Council in Newham in terms of education, regeneration, investment in our youth services and community centres. But we want to do things differently. I know over the last few years we haven't got it right. So I'm here to apologise for that, but that's why there's a change in leadership, because we're going to do things differently and put Newham residents first. Now, we've been listening to residents, and so I'm keen to hear your thoughts, so maybe we can do a Q&A just after I've spoken. But we've been listening to residents, and the 5 main pledges that I want to deliver and promise to you if I win in May is the first one is to clean up Newham. It's really important we do that. We're going to invest an additional £12 million in our cleansing team, and we will bring back free bulky waste collections for our residents. The second thing we've heard from residents, which I'm going to promise, is we're going to have safer streets. We're going to have dedicated enforcement officers across in each of our areas who are going to work with police to deal with those hotspot areas, and we're going to have a zero-tolerance approach when it comes to low-level crime, especially fly tipping. The third thing that we want to do, which is one of the most important things, is parking in this borough. And everyone said yes, because everyone says it on the doorstep as well. The first permit will be free for residents. I promise you that. And that permit will allow you to park anywhere in the borough for 1 hour every day. It means you can go and see family members, you can go to the temple, you can go shopping, 1 hour every day. And I want to have more bays so that more people outside the borough can come and support our businesses, so we have more 30-minute bays as well. The fourth one is I want to listen to our residents and act. We're going to have community ballots in each of our areas when we make major changes to our area. We keep on doing too much to people. We need residents to tell us what to do, and then we will do it. So that's community balance. And the last one is my experience when it comes to council finances. We will have long-term financial planning and protect frontline services. Now, there's a lot to do, but I can't do it on my own. And I've got a strong team of candidates like Saeed Bashar, who's from Little Ilford, and we've got Hanif Abdul Muhit from Green Street West, who's the candidate. we've got a strong team, but we can't do it on our own. We need your support, not just your vote and telling others to vote in May and to vote for Labour, but also we need you to spread that message of hope, because out there it's tough for our residents, and we need you to spread that message of hope that there is new leadership in Newham Labour, and we're going to do things differently, and we're going to put Newham residents first. But most importantly, and I'm nearly finished, is we need your help to make sure that we stay united, because there are people out there, parties out there, who are dividing us, who are sending messages of hate and division. And we're not like that in Newham, because we spent decades bringing people together. So I need your help to do that, and tell those people and those parties that you don't belong in Newham. It's Newham Labour that brings people together. So thank you for your time. I would love to take your questions, but I do need to highlight, we've got our Deputy Mayor of London for Business here, Howard Dorber, who's a great supporter to our local Newham residents. And I'm sure he might want to take some questions as well, but he's a great supporter. I just wanted to make that point, the Deputy Mayor of London for Business. Thank you. I would love to take some questions, if that's okay. I'm committed to that, because you're right, it's not just residents who are saying it, but all the faith organisations, temples, churches, mosques are saying that the same thing, and it's not fair. You know, you should be able to park and then go to your faith organisation, pray, and then come and go back home. That's why I'm saying, if you have that first permit, you can park it anywhere in the borough for 1 hour, allow you to go to another temple or local temple, and not worry about getting a ticket. I got a ticket just today. So it's the same principle. I just wanted to go somewhere for 1 hour, and suddenly I've got a ticket because I just went over by 5 minutes. We should not be attacking motorists. We should be supporting them, and that's what I want to do. I want to support motorists, but at the same time, I want to put money back into residents' pockets, because it means you're saving that permit money. It depends on the car, but we need to support our people on the ground, and that money is going back into their pockets, and that's what I want to do. The free bulky waste, again, putting money back into residents' pockets, because I know, and we know, it's tough out there, and we need to support our people, especially the vulnerable members of our community. Yeah. Yeah. Is this for visitors? Yeah, we can certainly look at that. At the moment, you're right, it's 6 hours, 12 hours at a discounted rate. I think it's like a £1 something, £1.20. We can definitely look at something smaller than that. But yeah, at the moment, I think the minimum is 6 hours at £1.20. Yeah. Yeah, but that's a very discounted rate for visitors permits at the moment. But we can certainly look at that. But I just wanted to point out, at the moment, the council finances are really, really tight. So, I understand council finances, but I can't offer everything. But I think the most important thing is that first permit. But in the future, I can look at that and look at how we can reduce those visitors permits even more from that minimal figure, to see if we can lower that, and look at the smaller hours as well.
Yeah, do you mind if I had to mention that there will be a review?
That's correct. So one of the things that's going to happen in terms of the borough, you have zones and the different times. We did that 10, 15 years ago when I was a councillor, and that was done because of the West Ham traffic, the issues on the station. But we've moved on from there, because West Ham moved from Berlin. So we're going to have a borough-wide parking review and look at those time restrictions again. So, and we're going to get residents to shape that and decide and that's in my manifesto. So parking is a big issue. We will be dealing with it straight away.
Is LTN.
Yes.
What do you think? Because you're taking, like the previous mayor
Yeah.
has said LTN everywhere. She's put everything onto the main road. She's put everything into the main road.
Yeah. 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 So that's a good question. I'm neither for or against LTNs. What I am for is I want residents to decide. And so that's the difference. What I said earlier is we seem to be doing things to people without listening to people. And so one of my pledges, as I said earlier, we're going to have community ballots in these areas. So if residents want something, say it's LTNs or whatever it is, if it's a major environmental change, then we do it. But if residents don't want it, then we don't do it. We need to respect that. We did that with the RPZ zones 10, 15 years ago. And we did it because residents want it. And we didn't do it if residents didn't want it. That's what we're going to do. Putting new residents first, listening to them, and then acting on it. Because that's how we used to do that. And we're going to do that again under my leadership. Community ballots, listening to residents, putting them first. Yeah. 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 But the news, I mean, the current mayor is standing down, and that's why I'm standing now. So the Labour mayor, Roxana Fiaz, is stepping down. I am the Labour mayoral candidate and replacing her in the elections. So if I win, my pledge, just to reiterate, when those kind of things happen in the area, that's not going to be decided by the mayor. That's not going to be decided by the councillors. If residents want it, then it happens. That's how it's going to be. And we're going to do that through community ballots. We've done it before during my time as a councillor, in the Robin Wales era. We're going to do that again because that's the right thing to do. Is there any other questions? Maybe, yeah. Yeah, go on. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. So you're not the first person to say that. As I go around every faith organization, it's the same thing. And can we offer some kind of permit system for people who come for funerals at a time which is a really sad time for people? They don't want to be worrying about paying for parking. We are, in my manifesto, there will be a system where people can park during funerals, where the faith organization can issue those not the tickets, but the ability to park in the area for a period of time for that funeral. That is going to be offered in my manifesto as well. There's a whole range of parking offers there because we know that's an important thing, not just to residents, but to faith organizations as well. Yeah.
Good evening. I'm Howard Dauber. I'm the Deputy Mayor of London. So I work with Sir Sadiq Khan, who is the Mayor. And my role is to support business and jobs and also skills to help our children get the best opportunities in life. So that is my role at City Hall. So if anyone has any questions about Transport for London or police or business, I'm very happy to talk to you. But also just here to support my friend Forhad, because he will be a very, very strong voice in Newham for ordinary people. And he's already been around and talked and listened to a lot of the community for the last years. He's going to be an extraordinary mayor, and we give him our 100% support. And I would just remind everybody that the Labour Party has a very, very strong number of Sikh members of Parliament who are very close to us, very good friends of ours. In fact, all of the Sikh members of Parliament are from the Labour Party, and we work with them very closely together. And they are a very strong voice for the community in Parliament within the Labour Party as well. So we're very close to this community, and we will listen to this community.
Could I just ask one question? It's regarding the Blackwall Tunnel charges and the new tunnel charges. I don't know whether that would fall under the Deputy Mayor's remit. I think there's two things concerning. One is that the large number of Indian shops, the Asian shops, are in East Ham, Newtown, and people travelling from the other side of the river. That's quite costly for them as well. Secondly, we have a religious event here regularly. It could be during the week, it could be on the weekends as well. And what I don't understand is why there are charges on a weekend, particularly in the evening. I mean, first of all, I don't agree with the charges at all, but I can understand that somebody's got to pay for it. It hits those in employment in the morning, and it hits people who travel on the weekend. For example, like on Saturdays we come here. So I just want to know, is there any support coming? Yeah, this is. The charges. So people are being charged, if they haven't, 240 pounds for charges. So the gentleman might be able to explain that. But I think it's something that would like some answers on that, please.
Yeah, to the sister who asked the question about the charges. You're right. Very unfortunately, the Silvertown tunnel, when we got the permission to build the Silvertown tunnel, the only option that we were given by the government at the time was to raise charges on both Silvertown and Blackwall to pay for Silvertown. And the reason was, if you put charges on Silvertown but not on Blackwall, and everybody used Blackwall, and you had all the congestion. What I would say, I live just near the tunnel on the south side. What I would say is it has solved congestion, so it's completely worked. So that huge long hour wait to get across has gone. So it was worked. But you're right, the charges unfortunately are there to pay for Silvertown. What I will do is I'll take it away, because there is a discount for residents on either side of the tunnel, but I don't think it covers up here, and see if there's something we can do at the weekends as well. But I'll take it away, and I do appreciate that it costs people, particularly people who don't get the discount, who are travelling to visit family or to come here at the weekend. I do appreciate that. So I'll take it away and see what we can do. But unfortunately, we weren't given any option at the time. That was the only way we could pay for it. But let me take it away, see if we can do something at the weekend for you. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know the answer to that. I know there are some. I know there are height restrictions, and also, um, yeah. Okay. Let me take your number at the end. I'll find out. I don't know the answer. I know there are restrictions in terms of height on Rotherhithe and also in terms of content. Yeah. Okay, let me get your number and I'll find the answer. Yep. Safe school girls.
So that's safe for school streets at the moment across Newham. So we do have a 20-mile-per-hour zone across the borough at the moment. So we are slowing down the speed. Now, the safer school streets. My view is, as I said earlier, in the future, if I'm the mayor, I would want to listen to residents. I know, but in Newham, if I'm the mayor of Newham, I would want residents to decide that. At the moment, it's been triggered by schools and by the council. My view is let residents decide. I suppose in my area, the mayor, but across London, but yeah, yeah, right, okay. Yeah, and you're not the first person to say. I think we need to do a little bit of work around better signage, maybe a little bit more, getting the message. Yeah, yeah. It's something. Okay, it's something that I definitely take it back in Newham, and I would do something.
I'll for school arrival
Yeah.
and leave time. I don't know the answer. I'll find out. But I mean, obviously the reason was to make it safe for the children. So yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Newham residents. Yes. Mm, that's correct. Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Okay. What we used to have is school crossing patrols supporting schools. So we used to have actual people on the streets to make it safer for the children. And maybe we should bring these back.
Would definitely take that back in Newham. It's a really good suggestion, and it's something that I will take back, and it's something that we probably look at.
I'll take it to
across
Transport for
as well.
London. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kev-
Thank you. Any? Yeah.
yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we get your telephone number? We'll find out and we'll get back to you with a plan.
The other thing that there was the question earlier, when it comes to this is really important to me. Green Street, I believe, should be an international destination. But in order for that to be an international destination, we need to support our businesses. And in order to do that, we need to attract people to come outside the borough, to come into the borough. At the moment, it's difficult when it comes to parking. So as I mentioned about the parking package earlier, one of the things that I want to do on the high streets is to introduce more 30-minute bays, which way we can encourage people to come in from outside the borough and use our shops. Redbridge do it really well. Tower Hamlets do it really well. So there's something that I want to do, because businesses are really important to me, because they are the backbone of the economy, the local small businesses, because they create the jobs that we need as well. So I want to be able to support them. So that's just one of many things that we're doing, of not just supporting the businesses, but also creating a destination in Newham, especially Green Street, because it deserves to be recognised as an international destination. And I just wanted to point that out as the previous question. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah.
ULEZ compliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a national tax, but yeah.
Yeah. Mm. So that's a national tax, something that as a local mayor, I don't have an effect or control. And you're yeah, and you're right. You're right. These little things make a massive difference. So what I was saying earlier, as a mayor of Newham, possibly in May, I want to help in other ways to give money back to you, because it's tough. And so if I can't help you when it comes to the road tax, I want to help you with the permit or the waste collection. I want to be able to give you, or it's like free school meals, which Sadiq's doing across our schools. We want to be able to give money back to you, and so you can put it back in your pocket to offset that. Yeah.
100%.
100, yeah.
Yeah.
So true. No, you're true. It's not just the residents, it's businesses who play a big part in our local communities.
Yeah.
That's right.
We absolutely want to support business. So, what is your business, sir? Okay.
Right.
Do you have contracts with public sector? Okay.
Okay, but you asked some really, really important questions there, and some of them we're going to take back and get back to you. Mm. Mm.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of work on that at the moment.
Oh, yeah. We've just got a question here. Yeah, go. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm saying is the first permit will be free. So there won't be that emission charge. Not under what I'm offering in terms of locally. That first permit will be free. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's, so I'm glad you asked that question. It's free. The first permit is free. That's like it was and like it used to be. Yeah, will be free if I'm elected in May.
Sorry, I have two questions. So,
Yeah.
First one's for the mayor that you're supposedly going to be for New Conway, which is near Forest Gate Station. There was no notice given to residents that between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. and 3 and 4 p.m. that is for schools. They put brown boxes there, but it was so convenient for people with disabilities that could drop someone off there and go to the station. They put that there. I understand it's school, but during the weekend, if someone needs to go and someone got disabilities or anything, they have to walk further, like from Seabird Road or anything. What would you propose for that? Because they put boxes there, but if someone wants to drop someone off, there's no alternative. They've made like little payments where people can park outside the station, but those are always full of like van drivers that just leave their van there for hours on end, and there's no way anyone else can get around.
So you're talking about restrictions in roads and movement of cars. Yeah. I mean, it's a bit like the LTNs, a bit like the safer school streets that we talked about. So what I'm trying to say moving forward, with any changes and major changes to your local environment, major changes, public realm, and it looks like you're describing something like that, I'm going to be asking residents first, and what residents want, we would do. We would do that with community ballots. That is a pledge, and we used to do that. We used to do that with the residents' parking zones. When we introduced them, we didn't just implement it and just overnight, which you're describing. We talked to residents, we listened to residents, and then actually acted on what they wanted. And we did that with community ballots, and that's what I will introduce again if I'm the mayor in May, because that's the way to do it.
Okay. And then the other question is for the city mayor. Forest Gate Station is a great station. We've got Elizabeth Line and everything there. But what I see a lot during peak times, or sometimes there's no one at the station and people push through. We all pay a lot of money to travel on public transport. But then when you see people pushing through, it's bittersweet because there's no one confronting them. It's only when there's people from TfL at the stations on both sides, that's when people are touching. I've seen it multiple times, peak times before 7:30 in the morning when I go, or when I'm finishing work and I'm here at 6:30. There's loads of people pushing through. I can understand if it's a safety risk to employees, but would it not be better to have better barriers there or something? It's a great station. It's used multiple times a day, but there's so many kids that push through. I've seen adults push through, and that's just costing a lot more for residents around or people that use the TfL with the fare increases as well coming next month. You're paying never enough £200-300 just to get to work, but nothing is actually stopping that.
You're absolutely right, and there's nothing I hate more than seeing that, because it's bad on three levels. One is they're stealing. It's stealing from, and because we all own the transport system, it belongs to the people. They're stealing from us, not from a company. They're stealing from us. Secondly, those people, if they do that, what are they going to do next? Then they take something from a shop. They think they're above everybody else. And also, if you've got people that break into the transport system without paying, they're more likely to be the people who do vandalism or antisocial behavior or threaten other passengers. So my position is zero tolerance on this. You're right about the danger to staff, because our ticket office staff, often they're ladies or they're older people, they don't have the training to tackle somebody, and we ask them not to put themselves in violence way. What I can tell you is that we're going to have a program with the police where we go out, and basically if you do that, you're arrested, and you go to jail, and we lock you up until you sort yourself out. So we're actually going to do a short, sharp shock. We've been doing it recently with shoplifters and with mobile phone theft. And what we do is we put a lot of police in all at one time without telling anybody we're going to do it, and then we catch them. And we're going to do that at the stations where we've got the most problems. And actually, as it happens, Newham, so Stratford, Manor Park, Forest Gate are 3 of our worst stations. So in the next few months, you'll see, when you go through the barriers, you'll suddenly see quite a lot of police officers there, Met Police and British Transport Police together, and we're going to catch the people, and then they won't try it again. Because once they get caught once, they won't want to have that experience again, because the experience of being caught will not be good for those people. It won't be slap on the wrist, can I take your name? It's like, no, you're under arrest right now, we're taking you in the police car, and you're coming away. So we're gonna crack down on it. But you and me, the same. I hate to see it because it's stealing from all the other people who pay their fares. I would say it is very small. It's only like 1%. So, but it's always so annoying when people do it. Most people pay. I'm pleased to say.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. And a lot of people ask me that question. I suppose sometimes the matches do carry on. Sometimes it is extended. The people need to get out of the stadium, and they're just given enough time for people to go out. Some people maybe going to the restaurant or Westfield. I think that's where it comes from. But yeah, it can be sometimes excessive. It's something that I am going to be taking back and be speaking to. There's people on the LLDC with Sadiq, and we can talk about how we can review those times and be a little bit flexible, because it does frustrate our residents, especially in Stratford. Yeah, 100%. No, you're 100% right on that. It's something that we'll be looking at. And you've asked some really good questions, by the way, and we'll be taking that back. Was there anyone else who wanted to ask a question? Yeah. I totally agree. I mean, loads of residents, especially on the Romford Road, and now we're looking at Barking Road. I'm a project manager by trade, and my view is you always kind of plan for the future, and you don't try to do everything all in one go, because you need to manage the situation. My view is exactly what you're saying. Let's talk to residents first and communicate what's going on, but let's see if we can plan it across a longer period of time so it doesn't cause major disruption. It's not just that local authority roads, it's TFO roads as well, and it's something that we need to work closely together on, because I don't think I think there's a better way of doing it, and it's all about communication, not just with the people who are doing the roadworks, but with residents as well.
Yeah, we're also bringing in lane rental for utilities companies. So if they dig a hole, they say, well, you're going to need a week to do this work. We say, okay, you've got a week, and then when it goes to the second week, say, now we're going to charge you. We're going to charge you for the second week, and we're going to charge you more for the third week. If it goes to the fourth week, we're going to charge you more again. Unless you've got a really good reason that it's taken longer than necessary, we're going to charge the utilities companies. And when we have trialed that, guess what? When you actually charge them money, they finish faster because they don't want to pay any money to us. So we're actually charging them for when they take longer. Is a good way to speed them up. Yeah. So we're rolling that out at the moment. Can I just ask, have you thought of running for council, sister? Because you'd be a very strong advocate. Whichever party you wanted to run for, I think they'd be very good to have you. You should think about. Mm.
That's another one we need to take back.
Yeah, we did take that back. Have you got a key now? Okay. And she got a blue badge? Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, that's not right.
And they've said to apply that through a local council, is it? Yeah. Of course. Can I get your details, and I'll find out exactly how it works, and then let's see if we can improve that service. So thanks for raising that.
And I'll take the complaint back about Forest Gate Station to Transport for London. Yeah, but we need to have a common courtesy policy and make sure that the toilets are available for everybody. So I'll take that back. Thank you.
It's really important that we're having this conversation today because we don't have all the answers, but I mean, this is why we need to maintain that communication and learn from the community.
See, the only thing I was going to say is that parking station does very well. They've got private security over there. They catch you, and there's a staff person giving penalties out straight away. That's how they're handling it right now. There is parking that's jumping happening about the station. They've gone down the route, right? They're not going to the transport police. They actually hire people.
Yeah, because it's a national rail station. It's a C2C running. Yeah. Okay. But we have the police, so we're going to use them. It's better if you can arrest somebody. They're not going to do it again.
If I take the question on fly tipping, with fly tipping, my view is that we need to take, like the fare dodgers, zero tolerance approach. We're going to have dedicated enforcement officers in each of the areas, showing visibility, but also walking the streets, but finding people with the highest fines. My view is if you complain to me that you got a fine for fly tipping, my question is why are you fly tipping in the first place? And I think that's really important. But we won't just fine as well. We need to do some education around fly tipping because English is not the first language for 50% of the population. So there's some education around fly tipping because we know we've got the dump around the corner in Beckton. People need to understand there's a place where you can put your rubbish. But the other thing is with fly tipping is we need to think about why it's happening and try to put solutions in play. So it's enforcement, education, and engineering. So if there's a fly tip in an alleyway 10, 15 times every year, why is it happening? Do we need CCTV camera? Do we need to educate local residents? Is it a private landlord? We need to do that, and that's why that dedicated enforcement officer is going to take that responsibility on resolving those issues so we don't repeat the mistakes and we make efficiency savings by doing that. But fly tipping is the number one issue. I will be dealing with that because I used to be in charge of community safety when I was a councillor, and we got that right, and we basically managed that. The reason why it's important is low-level crime. I know Howard's probably heard about it, the broken window theory. If we don't deal with those small things, the fly tipping, the dog muck, the drug canisters, then it turns into bigger things. And that's why I'm going to be, if I'm mayor in May, it will be a zero tolerance approach when it comes to those little things like this low-level crime like fly tipping. I promise you that. Yeah, of course. In some cases, of course, businesses have a legitimate reason to do that because they own the land. I've seen that. But in other cases, they don't. And again, that dedicated enforcement officer for each of the areas is going to take that responsibility and checking that and dealing with that and enforcing it if appropriate. I think, again, there's a bit of education there. Again, we don't want to attack our businesses because maybe it might be a mistake, but we need people to check that, check the land registry, have a conversation, and if it continues, then we need to, there's a level of enforcement, of course, when it comes to the pavements. But there's a whole question of investing in our public realm and in our pavements and the walkways, and that's something that I want to look at as well, especially on the high streets, because we want people to have a good experience on our high streets and actually feel proud of their public realm, their local area. So that's something that I want to do, is invest in those the road network and the public realm and the pavements.
Hello, good evening, and Sat Sri Akal. My name is Councillor Saeed Bashar. I'm coming here today because of my best friend, Bara. We work together in Royal Mail. I'm also a political officer in Mount Pleasant branch. And Bara is working me nearly more than, I'm working there more than 30 years, and he is working more than me. So we have some organization in Labour Party. We created a Friends organization, Labour Friends of Bangladesh. So I'm the General Secretary of Labour Friends of Bangladesh, and Howard Doba, Deputy Mayor of the London, he is the Chair of Labour Friends of Bangladesh. So is when Sikh organization created a Labour Friends of Sikh group, Gurinder Singh, I just involved with them, and now we are very good friend of Sikh people. And also, last general election, we going to Birmingham to help Gurinder. We're going to Red Beach to help Jay Satwal. Now Labour Friends of Bangladesh and Labour Friends of Sikh working together. So I just want to tell you another reason is one of our local councillor candidate, Hanif Abdul Muhit, is here. He was before 3 times as a councillor in Newham, and he is very educated person, and also I request him to come here and join this event and talk to them, and in future, he is a candidate of this ward. If you need any kinds of help, I give him all the details to Barabai to contact with him, and Hanif will do their case. And thank you very much. Can I tell you to come say something? Thank you very much to invite us.
Good evening, everyone. Sat Sri Akal. I'm really pleased to be here tonight. Thank you so much. I don't think this was the plan. Thank you so much for taking the time out to basically give the mayoral candidate Howard Doba and the rest of us some time to speak with you. Like Bashar Bhai said, I was a councillor here for many years ago with Fahad Hussain. And I'm standing again because I think there's hope with Fahad Hussain, with new leadership in Newham. And because I'm your local councillor, hopefully, Touchwood, come May the 8th, if I'm elected, I will be one of your points of contact, and I'll be happily and gladly here to support you and take on any casework, any cases, any issues that you may have. And once again, thank you so much for having us this evening. Sat Sri Akal. Thank you. Good evening.
ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਾਜੀ ਅਤੇ ਨਿਵਾਜੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ I would like to thank Fohar ji, Howard, Hussain ji and Hanif ji for coming here today. Saad Sangat ji, like Fohad said, there's lots of issues that need doing in the borough. I'm sure they will all address and look into these issues. I'm sure Fohad is someone with leadership skills and will look into, it's not just a talking process. I'm sure he will deliver in what he has said today. There's one thing that I would want to request as well is we have our sister charity, Food for All. They, in the lockdown, they done a lot of seva for the vulnerable and feeding the homeless. It's still ongoing, and sometimes it's out of the congregation's monies that this is carried on. It would be nice if the council can put a little bit of an input on this, because during COVID, they've done a lot of meals to the hospitals, the care workers. So it would be nice if that could be looked into. Just from myself, because I know time's running quite a lot now, from myself, from Sobaji's, the Gurdwara Management Committee, and the Saad Sangat, I would thank everyone for coming today, and we look forward to seeing you. And just finally, just as a gesture of appreciation, we're going to give you guys a Sirapao. So if you'd like to come across here, and then we can do that. Thank you very much.
Bale so nihal, yo bale so nihal, yo bale so nihal, yo bale so nihal. Thank you so much. ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਹੁਣ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਪ ਸਾਵਧਾਨ ਹੋਣਾ ਜੀ।
ਇੱਕ ਓਂਕਾਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸ੍ਰੀ ਭਗਵਤੀ ਜੀ ਸਹਾਇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀ 12ਵੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਥਮ ਭਗਵਤੀ ਸਿਮਰ ਕੈ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਲਈ ਧਿਆਏ। ਫਿਰ ਅੰਗਦ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਸੇ ਹੋਏ ਸਹਾਇ। ਅਰਜਨ ਹਰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਮਰੋ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਰਾਏ। ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਜੀ ਧਿਆਈਆ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਗਜਾਏ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਿਮਰਿਆ ਕਰਨੋਂ ਤੇ ਆਵੇ ਤਾਏ। 10ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਸਭ ਥਈ ਹੋ ਸਹਾਇ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਬਾਲਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਮਾਰਗ ਦਿਆ ਬਤਾਇਆ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਭਾਣੇ ਕੇ ਮਾਲਕ। ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਜਮਤ ਲਈ ਛੜਾ ਜੋਤ ਕੇ ਜਾਮਾ। ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਹਰੀ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਟੁੱਟੀ ਲਈ ਮਿਲਾਏ ਵੱਡੇ ਪ੍ਰਤਾਪ ਵਾਲੇ। ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨ ਅਟਲ ਪ੍ਰਤਾਪੀ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਪ੍ਰਤਾਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਾਲੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੁਰਚੋਤ ਨਾ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਹਤਾ ਚਲਾਏ। ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜਗਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸਿਮਰਿਆ ਜਨਮ ਮਰਨ ਦੁਖ ਜਾਏ। ਹਾਜ਼ਰਾ ਹਜੂਰ ਗੁਰਗੱਦੀ ਨਸ਼ੀਨ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਉਦੈ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਸਭ ਤਾਈ ਹੋ ਸਹਾਇ। ਗੁਰਾਂ ਕੇ 4 ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦੇ 5 ਪਿਆਰੇ 40 ਮੁਕਤੇ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਲ ਧਿਆਨ ਧਰ ਕੇ ਆਪ ਦਾ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਨਾਮ ਚਿੱਤੇ ਆਵੇ। ਸ੍ਰੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਦਾ ਭੁੱਲਣਹਾਰ ਹਾਂ। ਬਖਸ਼ਣ ਦੇ ਪਿਤਾ ਦਰਾ ਕਰੋ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ। ਸਿੱਖੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਸਸਵਾਸਾ ਨਾਲ ਨਿਭਾਓ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਬੇਵੇਂ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨਾ ਮਰੀਏ। ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਧਰਤੀ ਧਰਮ ਵਰਤਾਓ। ਗੋ ਗਰੀਬੇ ਕਸ਼ਟ ਦੂਰ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ। ਆਪਣੇ ਸੰਤ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ। ਸਾਡੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਰਥਨਾ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੀ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਗਿਰਨਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਧਰਮ ਬਣਾ ਰਹੇ। ਇਹ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਰਾਮ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਆਪ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੀ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਨਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਕਰਾਇਆ। ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਗਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਉਹਦਾ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮੇ ਸਰਵਣ ਕੀਤੇ। ਆਪ ਦੇ ਹੁਕਮਾਂ ਚੱਲਣ ਦਾ ਬਲ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ। ਇਹ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਆਪ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਾਲ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਵਟਾਂਦਰੇ ਹੋਣ। ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਹਨ। ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੋ। ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਜੋ। ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ। ਸਾਰੇ ਹਾਜ਼ਰੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰੋ। ਜੋ ਵੀ ਮਾਈ ਪਾਏ ਦੇ ਫੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹੋਏ ਸਭਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹਾਜ਼ਰੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰੋ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਜੱਗ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਆਪ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਾਲ ਆਪ ਦੀ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ। ਆਪ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਨੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਲਗਾਈ ਹੈ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਖਜ਼ਾਨੇ ਭਰਪੂਰ ਕਰੋ। ਸਾਰਾ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾਨ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ। ਇਹ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਮਾਇਆ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰੋ ਹਾਂ। ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸ਼ੁਭ ਮਨੋਕਾਮਨਾ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਕਰੋ। ਸਭਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ। ਹੋਈਆਂ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਕਰੋ। ਨਾ ਵਿਸਰੋ ਨਾਮ ਸਾਰੋ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ। ਰੱਖ ਲੋ ਦੇ ਕਰ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦਾਤ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ। ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਨਾਮ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਣ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਕਾ ਭਲਾ। ਜੋ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ। ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ। ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਆਸਣ ਸਰ ਤੋਕ ਦਿਓ।
ਪਰਮ ਸਤਿਕਾਰਯੋਗ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸਾਜੀ ਦੇ ਨਵਾਜੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ। ਮਨ ਬਿਰਤੀ ਇਕਾਗਰ ਕਰੀਏ ਤੇ ਰਸਨਾ ਨੂੰ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਕਰੀਏ। ਸਭ ਗੱਜ ਕੇ ਆਖੀਏ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ। ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਫੇਰ ਬੜੇ ਹੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਖੀਏ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ। ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਫੇਰ ਬੜੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਖੀਏ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜਗਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ। ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਉਸ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਦੇ ਮਾਲਕ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰੀਏ। ਸਭ ਗੱਜ ਕੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਉਦੈ ਸਿੰਘ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜਗਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਵਨ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਸਰਵਣ ਕੀਤੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਉਦੈ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਵਨ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਸਰਵਣ ਕੀਤੇ ਹਨ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਹੁਕਮਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਚੱਲਣ ਦਾ ਬਲ ਅਤੇ ਬੁੱਧ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ। ਅਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਤਿਕਾਰਯੋਗ ਬੀਬੀ ਸਰਬਜੀਤ ਕੌਰ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਥ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਹੋਲਾ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਮੇਲਾ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਮੇਲਾ 4 ਤਰੀਕ ਤੋਂ 8 ਤਰੀਕ 8 ਮਾਰਚ ਨੂੰ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਭਾਜੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਕੁਛ? ਓਕੇ ਮਾੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਅਨਾਊਂਸਮੈਂਟ ਕਰ ਲਓਗੇ ਫਿਰ। ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸੋ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ 4 ਤਰੀਕ ਤੋਂ 8 ਤਰੀਕ ਤੱਕ ਹੋਲਾ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਾਫੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਵੀ ਗਈ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਅਖੰਡ ਪਾਠਾਂ ਦੀ ਜੋ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ 3 ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਅਤੇ 5 ਤਰੀਕ ਨੂੰ ਭੋਗ ਪੈਣਗੇ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਦਾ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਦੁਖਦਾਈ ਖਬਰ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਤਿਕਾਰਯੋਗ ਸੰਤ ਕੁਲਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਸੋਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਸਟਰ ਜੀ ਜੋ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਨਿਵਾਸ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਸਨ ਉਹ ਬੁੱਧਵਾਰ ਚੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਕਰ ਗਏ ਹਨ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਦਾ ਬਾਤ ਅਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਵਾਸ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ ਤੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਣਾ ਮੰਨਣ ਦਾ ਬਲ ਤੇ ਬੁੱਧ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ। ਸੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਤਿਕਾਰਯੋਗ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਬ੍ਰਦਰ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਗਿਆਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਜੋ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਦਿਨੀ ਚੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਕਰ ਗਏ ਹਨ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਮਿੱਤ ਵੀ ਪਾਠ ਦਾ ਭੋਗ ਪਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ। ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਿਖੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ ਅਤੇ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਜੀਵ ਆਤਮਾ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਦਾ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਨਿਵਾਸ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ। ਸਾਰੀ ਹੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਝੀਤਾ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਅਫਸੋਸ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਤ੍ਰਿਵੇਣੀ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਮੇਲਾ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਉੱਥੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਪਹੁੰਚੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ। ਆਖਰੀ ਅਨਾਊਂਸਮੈਂਟ ਕਰਦਾ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਸੱਜਣ ਆਏ ਹਨ ਕੈਂਡੀਡੇਟ, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਟੂ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਆਲ ਦਾ ਪਰਸਨ। ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਆਪ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਨਜ਼ਦੀਕ ਆ ਜਾਓ, ਇੱਥੇ ਲਾਗੇ ਆ ਜਾਓ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਫੋਟੋ ਕਰਵਾਉਣੀ ਹੈ। ਭਾਜੀ ਆ ਜਾਓ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀਆਂ ਜੋ ਅਨਾਊਂਸਮੈਂਟ ਇਹੀ ਸਨ। ਤੋ 6 ਤਰੀਕ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਪ੍ਰਤਾਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਉਤਸਵ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਦਿਨ 7:30 ਤੋਂ 8:30 ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ। ਸਾਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਅੱਗੇ ਅਰਜ਼ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਣ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾਲਤਾ ਕਰਨੀ। ਮੈਂ ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਵੀ ਅਰਜ਼ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦਾ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਆ ਜਾਣ। ਸੋ ਇੰਨੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਅਰਜ਼ ਬੇਨਤੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸਭ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰਨ। ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦ ਲੈਣ ਉਪਰੰਤ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਲੰਗਰ ਜੂ ਛਕ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਜੀ। ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ।